All right, what's up? I just wanted to make a response video in regards to that subject yesterday about Pippen being the greatest. Nah, he's not the greatest, but he was great, and he was a very important piece to the Chicago Bulls team from '87 when he came in till he went out in '98. He was shaky at the beginning because he was weak. He was weak as far as body. He was skinny, lanky, and he was playing in junior college, so that's how he got on. But like '87, before the draft, he was the big talk in the NBA draft. That's the reason why Krause made those moves in the background to get that trade going. So he was traded for Odin Polynice, and Polynice went to the Sonics. He went to the Bulls. His versatility was the main thing that they highlighted about him, his versatility. At the beginning, he could only score in transition. That was where a lot of his buckets came from, and hustle points as far as like rebounds and an occasional jump shot. His jump shot was broke at the beginning. He started out with Doug Collins. Doug Collins would wear on a player. Jordan was his boy. So from '87 to '89 was the Doug Collins era. He wasn't up to he wasn't on Jordan's level. Now that team though was growing around him. John Paxson, they had John Paxson, Charles Oakley, Dave Corzine, Brad Sellers, Rory Sparrow. Rory Sparrow. Not shitting on Rory Sparrow, but Rory Sparrow was, I think about that time he was almost done, and then they brought Craig Hodges in. They brought the 3-point shooting in. So that team formed from '87 to '90. That was the development period. '91, championship time. From the championship year till '97, that was Pippen's time. I mean, he was one of the best small forwards, if not the best small forward around that time, especially '95 when Jordan came back. I'm looking at a game right now, the first game back from Jordan, and I remember Jordan wasn't, he had the baseball legs, and he wasn't on point. If Pippen wouldn't have been up to par, like, it would have looked a lot worse. And not saying Pippen saved Jordan, nah, but Jordan knew at that time Pippen had developed into a very good player, one of the best players in the league at that time. If Pippen would have been poo-poo, I don't think Jordan would have exactly came back, because Jordan too, I'm pretty sure, had his legacy in mind. So a lot of people don't remember the beatings that Pippen and Jordan were taking, because the main goal, not the main goal, but the attack point for a lot of other teams, especially in the playoffs, was to beat Pippen and Jordan up. Jordan had bulked up a little bit, got stronger, and he was able to withstand that, power through. Pippen was developing that. I mean, but he would never be on that, because unless he just changed his whole body type, he wouldn't have been. He wasn't made like that. His main attribute was quickness and transition, leading the team, getting the team into the offense. You look at a lot of them games from the second three-peat, Pippen was the one initiating the offense. Now, I mean, you look at some of those playoff games. Pippen was taking a beating. It was one video that I saw. I mean, I saw it myself, but he just threw Isaiah Thomas just literally threw Pippen down to the ground. Now, Isaiah Thomas is 6'1". Scottie Pippen is 6'8". But Pippen went like a rag doll. And, you know, it was a lot of emotion. People don't, if you didn't watch the first three-peat, you don't have any kind of idea of the type of emotion and the type of physical play that was going on back then. You take a look at them. I have, and I do. I got it playing in the back. I have like the '88 playoffs playing in the background right now before I go to work. So, I mean, it's not like my memory is great, and I can stand toe to toe with anybody as far as the basketball knowledge, because I watched every game, and I can watch every other game. That from '87 to '91, it's a lot of games I got. I got the 63-point game with Jordan, and I mean, he was phenomenal, but like, he used to get into stages in the game where he would get kind of anxious. Well, in particular, the Lakers game, the closeout game between the Lakers and him, they won the championship. He was kind of like fumbling the ball a little bit. He was shooting when he wanted. That's the reason why Phil Jackson came to him and said, "Who's open?" John Paxson. That's the reason why he was getting him the ball. The second championship, he was kind of doing the same thing. He got sat on the bench. The bench brought them back with Scottie Pippen. So, I mean, I can keep on making. I could keep making examples about where he is and what he was. I mean, the only crime he got is just letting everybody know, you know, exactly how he feel, which, I mean, that's your preference. If you want to put yourself out there, you can. But I mean, that interview, he said a lot of good things, and you could tell he didn't really want to tread too much on the Jordan shit. And why? I mean, that's kind of insulting to a player, and that was like kind of the issue, some of where the bitterness come from. You talk to a lot of other those Bulls players, and they would say some of the same stuff. If Steve Kerr wasn't so PC, he would say some of the things that he was the one that took the shot in practice. He took a two-piece. Jordan gave him a two-piece. So I mean, like, look, every leader led differently. Isaiah Thomas led differently. Larry Bird, Magic, Jordan, all of them, Kobe. I mean, those are players you think about when you think about leadership and the way they led their teams. They was kind of like all different. Magic was inclusive. He wanted everybody in. He wanted everybody involved, which, you know, that's his personality. Jordan was, you know, flashy. He was demanding. He was, what's that word? He was kind of like dismissive of people. Hence the situation on the flight back home when they lost, and he denied Horace Grant a meal. Like, that's on Grant. But that showed how kind of his mindset. Like, look, you ain't put in work tonight. You can't have it. I mean, but you take a look at something. You take a look at the footage of the Bulls. I mean, like, and I say this about The Last Dance, it was entertaining, but he did kind of put Pippen's bad times out there, especially like the whole Oakley having snatched up and slapping him. Like, if you wanted Pippen to look good, you wouldn't have included that. Everybody on the, excuse me, everybody on the Bulls knew about that, but I mean, like, he was a little old country boy that was that was in his mom, that was with his moms a lot. You could tell he had his dad. His dad, you know, had a major stroke right in front of him. I mean, like, life is about experiences and relationships, just like what Pippen said on the interview. He said basketball is about relationships. All right, so I think I might make a couple of more, but I'm gonna send this out, and if y'all just comment and respond, you know, hit a like. Like, I'm just I got like a couple of videos that ain't up to par, but I mean, I'm new to this, and plus I mean, like, I got the shades on because I I'm not used to being on camera or whatever, but hit back, peace.